everybody and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another weekly reading vlog. So I am currently in the middle of two books at the moment. So I am still reading Dearest Intimate for my read along with Tandem Collective, which is going really well. I should be finishing this on Friday. And then I am also in the middle of The Adventures of Amina El Sarafi. I am listening to this as well as physically reading this because I'm just really enjoying the audiobook, and I definitely think I take more in if I read it both ways. So the reading plans for today is that I'm probably going to take this book with me to work and read the allocated pages on my lunch break, and then hopefully I can listen to a bit of the audiobook on my way to and from work, and then if I have any spare time tonight I can just focus on reading a bit more of this because I'm definitely enjoying this book. I've read The City of Brass by her and I really enjoyed that. I just haven't got around to the other two, but I feel like I'm preferring this sort of writing style to City of Brass. So those are the reading plans for today, and hopefully for the week I can at least finish both of these. Here's hoping. But I need to get ready and head off to work, so I will speak to you when I have some updates. So I read a little bit of The Adventures of Amina El Sarafi on my lunch today. I listened to it because I find it really difficult to eat and read at the same time, but maybe that's just me. So I listened to a little bit of this. I'm now on page 139, which is chapter 10, and we are just kind of starting out on the adventure of trying to find this missing person. Not much has really happened, so there isn't really much to kind of talk about, but again, I am still really enjoying this. And like I said in my vlog last week, I am really enjoying the audiobook for it. So if you are thinking about checking it out, I would definitely have a look at that just because I think the narrators are really good. But that's all the reading updates I have. I am very tired tonight. I did not get much sleep, so I don't know how much reading I'm going to do tonight. I'm hoping to just sit in bed and kind of chill out for a little bit, and hopefully I can read at least another chapter or so. We shall see. I did buy a book today, but I bought it on Vinted, so I will show you that when it turns up. I'm probably going to end up buying another book tomorrow. We shall see. But I did get some book mail while I was at work, and I had 3 books turn up. One of them was I kind of requested. It's for the debut fiction that I'm reading for work, and 2 of them just randomly turned up and I don't remember asking for, and sometimes they do that, and it's quite nice to actually open it up and kind of see what they plan on sending you. So the first book I got, which I kind of asked for, which I'm reading for work, is Woodworm. It is a translated fiction, and I do like a translated fiction, mainly because they're quite short. This is only just over 100 pages, so I do think this would be quite a quick read. I hadn't seen the cover before now, and it's quite weird, it's quite strange, but I am looking forward to it. I've got no idea what this is about. It just says the house breathes, the house contains bodies and secrets, and this comes out on the 2nd of May this year, so I've got quite a while for this to come out, but I am excited to get to this, and I'm hoping I can get to it some point soon. I do say that about most books, but I mean, you never know. And then I got sent 2 more books. So this one was sent by Pan Macmillan, and it says, Can You Keep a Secret? It is the psychology of secrets. My adventures with murderers, cults and influencers. I have no idea what this is about. I think the cover is pretty stunning. I like the purple and the yellow together, but it looks like it's more of a non-fiction sort of book, and I'm dabble in non-fiction every now and then, mainly space books. Every now and then I don't really mind. So like I said, I have no idea what this is about. The author is Andrew Gold, and he is a journalist by the sounds of it, and it's something that I will definitely like to have a look at. It does sound very interesting, especially because it's about murderers, cults and influencers, so it's a bit like But thank you to Pan Macmillan for sending this to me. I'm excited to kind of give it a go and just, I suppose, get out of my comfort zone a little bit. So there's this. And then I also got sent a thriller. So this is Day One by Abigail Dean, and she wrote the Girl A book. Now, I have heard really good things about Girl A. I don't own it. I haven't read it, but I have heard very good things. So I'm excited to give this a go. It is a very floppy, oversized paperback, which I enjoy. And it says it comes out in the spring of 2024, so I'm not too sure a specific date, but it comes out sometime soon, hopefully. And I am kind of trying to get out of my comfort zone a little bit with my books, because as you know, I do tend to just read fantasy, so I'm hoping to push the boat out a little bit, and I think this is a good way to kind of start. So this is from HarperCollins, by the way, so thank you to HarperCollins for sending this to me. I don't remember requesting this. I could have done, but I don't remember, so again, I'm excited to give this a go. So that's the book mail I got today. Like I said, I ordered a book on Vinted, and I suppose just to let you know, I ordered Empire of the Vampire, which is a J. Kristoff book. The second one, Empire of the Damned, literally came into the shop today, and I was a bit umming and ahhing about it. We couldn't get the hardback in store, so I had a quick browse on like Depop and Vinted, and while I was on my lunch, and I found the hardback for Empire of the Vampire on Vinted for literally £5, and I thought, well, it's meant to be. So I nabbed that. She already messaged me to say that she's going to put it in the post office tomorrow, so hopefully I will get that by the end of the week potentially. So I might just reserve a copy of Empire of the Damned ready, because I've heard good things. I checked Goodreads and it's very highly rated, so that was all I needed really. Whether I do buy Empire of the Damned tomorrow, I don't know, we shall see, but there will probably be other books that I end up buying, because that's all I spend my money on is just books. But it's very exciting to have these. I will add these to my collection and put them away somewhere. So I just want to kind of chill out and fancy a cup of tea and to just kind of sit down and read. So that's the plan this evening, and I will talk to you when I've got some more updates. It has been one of those days, and I think the universe just knew it was one of those days and they needed to send me book mail, and this is the highlight of my day. It's just been really stressful at work. We've had people off and it's just been busy. We've had so many deliveries and it's just been one thing after another, and I was stressed, and the postman turned up and gave me these, and I was just like, yes, thank you. Thank you, you knew what I needed today. But before we get on to these, we'll just quickly do the reading updates. So I read for a little bit on my lunch break. I read more of The Adventures of Amina El-Sarafi. We are still on the quest to try and find this missing person, as well as she's still kind of recruiting her crew as well. She's basically having to like go around and try and find everyone and give them a good enough reason as to why they should work together again. And it's interesting, it's fun, it's nice to see the bonds that she has with her crew and everything like that. So I'm still really enjoying this. I'm still listening to it as well. Again, I don't really like to eat and read at the same time because I don't want, you know, my pages getting all ruined. So I've been listening to that while I've been eating and then just flicking through some of the pages. The audiobook is really gripping and I'm still really enjoying that. I'm kind of not listening to it on my way to work because I think I just don't have enough time. I literally have like 10 minutes in the car, and some of the chapters are quite long as an audiobook, so I've just been reading this on my lunch break and when I'm at home. I haven't read anything since being at home, but that is my plan for the rest of the evening, to just kind of chill out again. I enjoyed just sitting in bed with a cup of tea last night, so I might do that as well. But again, I'm really enjoying this. I am up to page 196, which is chapter 14, and we are almost at the halfway mark. So I don't know whether to try and finish this like in February, because I kind of don't like having books that roll over into a new month. I quite like starting a new month with new books. So we'll just see what the vibe is. I don't really want to rush through it, but I don't want to drag it out either, so we'll see. But on to the most important part. I have 3 boxes of book mail, so we are just going to dive in and see. Again, it doesn't really say who they're from, so I will just, hopefully there'll be a note or something, but we shall see. So this is the first one. They don't make it easy to get into them, my god. So the first book is The Wrong Sister by Claire Douglas. Now, from what I know, she is a crime thriller author. I have no idea what this is about. I have not read a Claire Douglas book before. I don't think I own anything by her either. But Penguin Michael Joseph were very kind enough to send me this, so thank you very much. I look forward to getting around to this. If you haven't seen my March TBR, you would know that I'm trying to get into a bit more of a variety of genres, so hopefully this is the start. I did choose a thriller for March, so you never know, this could be my thriller sort of era, but I'm very excited for this. So again, thank you to Penguin Michael Joseph for sending it to me. This one's a little bit easier, at least it's got a tab. So this is The Turning Glass by Gareth Rubin, and it's very confusing already because you have it like this, but if you turn it over, it's then this way as well. And from what I know, I think you read it both ways. So obviously that's the start of the book, chapter 1 on the red side, and if I turn it over to the blue side and turn it, we then have chapter 1 again. No, so it's different. So the blue side, chapter 1 is London 1881, and on the red side, chapter 1 is Los Angeles 1939. Now I'm very confused. I don't even know where to start with this, but I mean, it's very interesting. The spine is just both colours, but that's very cool. I have no idea what this is about. Again, I think this is a thriller. It is blurbed by Janice Hallett and Chris Whitaker, so it must be a crime thriller sort of book. I'm assuming this is just 2 stories in one, sort of, or I don't know if you have to read one and then the other. I'm gonna have to do some research on this, but this is a very, very cool book. So thank you to Simon & Schuster for sending this to me. This is just incredible, and I'm already confused, and I love it. And then the last book for book mail today. So this is really exciting. I do own the arc of this, but I haven't got around to it, but I do want to get to it sometime soon. So this is Maurice and Marilyn. This is a non-fiction book, which is like very out of my comfort zone, but it is based on a true story. So this couple go on their holidays and they go on a boat together and they get shipwrecked by a whale, and they spend like over 100 days at sea until they get found, basically. And I just think that's so interesting. I love the idea of it. I mean, it must have been absolutely horrible for them, but it's a whale, a shipwreck, a love story, so I suppose I don't know what happens, but I just think this sounds really amazing. So thank you very much to Penguin for sending this to me. I'm definitely going to bump this up my TBR now. Like I said, I do own the arc already, so I do need to get around to it at some point soon, but I've seen it in our bookshop and I've been wanting the cup because I mean, it's just beautiful. I just love the idea of it. I think this is such a nice, fun, quick read, so I am like over the moon for this. So these are the 3 new books that we've got today, which is very exciting. I didn't buy any books today. I did put Empire of the Damned aside for me because I did, like I said yesterday, I bought Empire of the Vampire. That's been sent out today, so hopefully I should get that Thursday, Friday time. So I might then buy the second one at work around then. We'll see. I might just pick it up tomorrow, who knows. I was very tempted by a Jellycat today as well. We had a new fat Jellycat cat turn up with a really, it was adorable, and a chili pepper. We never get a chili pepper at work, so I almost bought something, but I didn't. I did refrain because I thought I got these 3, so I thought, you know, I've been treated enough as it is. So we'll see about tomorrow though. So thank you for this little ramble. Thank you for following on with this book haul. I'm going to make a cup of tea, I'm going to chill out, I'm going to read a bit more, and hopefully I can give you some more thoughts of Amina El Saraf. I'm kind of waiting to get into the action a bit more because we are still kind of following the crew and like picking up those, and I kind of want to get to finding this person and why they're missing and who the father is to Amina's child and things like that, because there's a lot of secrets going on and it's all a bit, I have questions basically, so I'm hoping we can dive into a bit more of that tonight, but I will speak to you when I have some more updates. we've literally made it to the part where she's now talking about her ex-husband, who is this mysterious sort of guy, and she was just getting over her past husband who went off exploring and she didn't want to go with him, so they basically got divorced. 3 months later, she's then sat on a beach drinking her sorrows. This random guy comes up, wants to sleep with her. She says no because they're not married, so he suggests getting married. They're both drunk, so she goes yes because he needs some sort of contract to get him off the island or something like that, and a marriage he thinks could work. But she's drunk, he's proposed to her, and she hasn't seen anything wrong with this and just gone yeah. I mean, there are signs that this is wrong. There is signs that this is not going to work out. I mean, is it just me? I know she was drunk, but still, standards. Every time I sit down to record, it's so dark, so I have like the big light on, I have the little light on, but it's still just, it's not a vibe, so I am sorry about this. But I read a little bit more on my lunch today, so we are now up to page 267, which is chapter 18, so we are now over halfway through the adventures of Amina El-Sarafi. We've met Amina's husband, which his name is Raksh, and he is basically some sort of demon. He can disguise himself as a human, but he has horns and scales, and it's all a bit confusing. So he basically used her to chart across the sea. But once she figured out who he was, she locked him in a box and plunged it at the bottom of the ocean, I think. He managed to escape, but they're kind of working together because I think he knows where the missing girl is. So he's trying to help Amina. And he senses that her strength is more and that she's more determined or something. So he's kind of wanting to be around her more. It's very confusing. She kind of gets the ick from him, but is still kind of like intrigued by him as well, so who knows what's going to happen there. But they got close to finding the missing girl, but where Raksh said she wasn't, so she escaped from the Frank, and we're not too sure where she's gone. But Amina's now just risked herself to get these prisoners out, and she's locked herself in there with some bad guys basically, just so they had the time to get away. So we're going to see what happens to her again. I'm probably not explaining this very well, but it is a very good story. I am very intrigued by this. I quite like the magical aspect of Raksh because, like I said, we don't really know what he is. He's a bit of a shapeshifter, a bit of a demon sort of. You have to make contracts with him and things like that. So it's all very weird, but, you know, very interesting at the same time. So yes, I don't know if I'm going to get much reading done tonight because I am going out with my friend. I'm giving her a driving lesson tonight, so I'm not too sure if I'm going to have the time to read. But I did get more book mail while I was at work today. So I had just one parcel turn up today. And again, I thought I'd save it and open it with you guys. It doesn't say who it's from. It feels like a hardback. So we'll just see what it is. Okay, so I was wrong. It is not a hardback. It is a large paperback, and it is the Whisperwicks by Jordan Lees. Now, this comes out in March of this year, and it's not your typical fantasy sort of. It is a middle grade, so it's kind of aged between like 8 to 9 years to like teenage sort of years, and it is a debut novel, but apparently it's getting quite big at Waterstones at least, and people have kind of been raving about it, so I thought I would ask for it and just so I can kind of see what it's about. So I read Impossible Creatures last year, and that actually won like the Waterstones book of the year, and that was a 9 to 12 sort of age range, and I did really like that, so I'm excited to give this a go. As we know, I'm trying to dive into different genres a bit more, so this is, you know, it's still kind of my sort of genre because it is sort of fantasy, but it's a bit younger, and it's always good to have another book under your belt to kind of recommend to people as well, I think. And I mean, the cover is absolutely gorgeous. I really like the purple design on this with the foiling as well. I got sent this as well, so that's what it's going to look like, and it just comes with a little note from the author. But I am really excited to have this, so thank you very much to Penguin for sending this to me. It's quite a large book as well. knowing that it's obviously a 9 to 12 age range. It's just under 400 pages, but I'm excited to give it a go and let you know my thoughts. So that was the book mail for today. But in other exciting news, I've managed to book a ticket to go and see Jessa Hastings in London on, I think it's the 12th of March, I'm not too sure. I've got a week off work, and I was just checking the Waterstones events and saw that in Kensington she was going down for a book signing, and I thought, great, perfect. I'll happily, I love her book. Let's go. I mean, I've got the time off. But then the event was actually sold out, so I had to do a bit of digging, a bit of emailing, but they've managed to like get me a ticket basically, which I'm like really excited about. I've never actually been to like a book signing before, so this is going to be my first one. Now, if you don't know who Jessa Hastings is, she wrote the Magnolia Parks series. So we have Magnolia Parks, Daisy Hates, Magnolia Parks The Long Way Home, Daisy Hates The Great Undoing, and Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. So these are the 5 books I own that are by her. She also has another book that I think is called Never, which is a Peter Pan retelling potentially. I've read the first 2 and really enjoyed them. I haven't got around to the last 3, but I did include these in the series that I want to kind of start and finish this year. If you haven't seen that, then I will link that above. But it is a series that I've wanted to get to for a while, so knowing that this is happening and that I can get them signed and potentially personalised, it's just like drawing me more to want to read them. So I am very excited to go and meet her. I read the first one and like tabbed it, and I really enjoyed doing that. The second one I read on my Kindle, so I didn't get around to tabbing it, so I kind of need to do a reread anyway. But yeah, I just thought I'd let you know that because I think that's really exciting, and it's kind of bookish related anyway, so I'm excited to do that. So I need to look at train tickets tonight, which will be fun, and I can kind of just have a nice solo bookish date in London. I think that would be good for my mental health, so I am looking forward to that. So I'm gonna go make some dinner. I might listen to a bit of my audiobook while I'm eating, and then I need to get ready and go out. But I'm not at work tomorrow, so I will be able to update you throughout the day a little bit more on what I'm reading, and hopefully I'm gonna try and finish The Adventures of Amina El Sarafi tomorrow, which would be good. But yes, I have no more updates. That is everything in my life so far. So thank you for watching up to this point, and I will speak to you when I've got some more reading updates. It is Thursday today. I have the day off from work. I have no plans apart from reading. Today is the 29th of February, so in my head it is the last day to kind of finish any books I've started in the month of February, and I'm still reading The Adventures of Amina El Sarafi, so I'm hoping to finish that today. I have read a little bit this morning, so I am now on page 322, which is chapter 22, so I've got just over 100 pages left, so I'm hoping I can get this finished today. Like I said, I have no plans, so that's what I plan to do. So where we've got up to recently is we've managed to save the missing child, Dunya. She has been found. She was adrift on a raft somewhere, so they managed to find her and save her. They are still kind of working with Amina's husband to kind of defeat this big bad guy who's kind of like Amina's husband, who's a bit of a monster, he's trying to like conjure up this demon or something to take over the world basically. So he's been left on a beach somewhere. They kind of think they've killed him but kind of just abandoned him sort of, so we know he's going to end up coming back. It's all very confusing. I'm kind of still wrapping my head around it a little bit. It kind of makes sense in my head, but trying to explain it to someone is like very confusing, especially because we're like over halfway through the book now. I don't want to obviously say too much and like spoil things, but then I want to tell you what it's about as well, so it's kind of a bit, but I am still really enjoying it. So like I said, hopefully I can finish that today. I have had the postman turn up with a parcel for me as well. This is the Vinted order that I placed a couple days ago. It should be Empire of the Vampire, so let's just open it up and see, just to make sure it's all a-okay. We have Empire of the Damned at work, and it's a chunky book. So I knew it was going to be chunky, but I didn't realise it was going to be this chunky. Ooh, I didn't realise it had foiling under the dust jacket. That's pretty cool. I am very happy with this. I literally paid like a £5 for this, and this was the cheapest I'd seen it, so I needed to nab it. It is a chunky book. It is just over 700 pages, but I am really looking forward to it. I did check it out on Goodreads before I bought this because I've been kind of umming and ahhing for a while, and it is quite highly rated on Goodreads, so I do kind of trust like the majority of people. So hopefully I can start this soon, and then I can pick up Empire of the Damned when I'm next at work, hopefully. And yes, I do have a dedicated vampire shelf, so let's see if we can squeeze this on there. What I've done with my shelves. I've got my Vampire Academy books just there, Crave series, Serpent and the Wings of Night, Empire of the Vampire, and then I've left a gap here for Empire of the Damned, and just next to it I've then put all of my Zodiac Academy books. So I've just moved the shelf that was here and I've just swapped it and put it down there now, so then all my vampire books are kind of all together. Hop back on here and let you know that I have managed to finish The Adventures of Mina El Sarafi, and I really enjoyed this. So it's basically written like this, all the events have already happened. She is writing this as a story, like she's telling her children all the adventures that she went on when she was younger. And so the ending of this is basically they're going to go on another adventure, and I think that's how the trilogy kind of comes about. So I'm assuming every book is going to be a different adventure that Amina goes on, which I think sounds really fun, because there isn't the anticipation of, oh, there was a big cliffhanger, what's going to happen next, sort of. You've had one story and then the next book is going to be another story. So whether you need to read them all in order, I'm not too sure, but I did really enjoy this. I'm definitely glad I picked it up, and I will definitely be picking up the other two in the series when they come out. I'm just glad that I managed to finish this today so I can add it to the books that I read in February. But now I'm not too sure if I have any other reading plans for the day, just because I'm kind of one of those, I don't want to start a book today and then it have to be rolled over into March, but then I do kind of have the rest of the day to read. Like, I have no plans as such, so I'm not too sure what to do, whether to start another book, because I don't really want to try and start and finish a book today, because I have just read like 200 pages of this today, which is, you know, more than my average, you'd say. So I'm not too sure. I have been picking up my Kindle recently. I still pay for Kindle Unlimited, but I haven't used it in months, which is a waste, I know. So I do want to kind of have a flick through on my Kindle Unlimited and just see what books there are, whether I could pick something up on here. Everyone reads quicker on their Kindle, and I'm definitely one of those. So I do want to start picking up my Kindle a bit more, even if it's just a different format of reading a physical book. So if you have any recommendations for any books on Kindle Unlimited, then please let me know, because I keep lugging like big heavy hardbacks around at work and things like that, so I definitely want to start utilizing this more. I mean, I did buy it for that purpose, and I've only read like 3 or 4 books on this since I got this, and I've had this for almost a year now, so I definitely need to start using this more. So I might have a browse on Kindle Unlimited just to see what books are on, download some, and that's it. But I will talk to you when I have some more reading updates. Again, I don't know if there's going to be any reading updates today, but I can at least like choose the book that I know I'm going to start tomorrow. So I will see you when I see you. currently Saturday and I didn't update you yesterday because it was just a bit manic in the evening. By the time I walked the dog, made some dinner, we watched a film and we ended up watching Lord of the Rings and didn't realise that was 3 hours long. I was falling asleep by the end of it and I just literally just went to bed after that. So here we are. So yesterday I started reading Dragon Rider by Taran Matharu. I made it up to chapter 8, and just to give you a little bit of details about this book, we are following Jay. He is basically a servant to the Emperor who killed his family, and he's just sitting at the sidelines watching the Emperor get more powerful, and there's nothing he can do about it. So there is a new alliance that is being formed, as a young prince is going to be betrothed to the Princess Erika of the Dansk Kingdom, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and what she brings is dragons. Now apparently only her and her people can soulbound to these dragons, so obviously there's going to be a really good alliance for the kingdom. But there are hints that Jay kind of wants to soulbound with a dragon, but we know that's just impossible, and I suppose we can just guess that he is going to end up soulbounding to a dragon. So we haven't really got up to much, we've just got up to like the betrothal and the fact that she has dragons, but there are kind of hints that, you know, Jay is something a bit more than what he seems. So I am really enjoying this. I'm going to take this to work with me today and hopefully read a little bit more. I did get book mail yesterday, so I just thought I'd quickly open this before I need to head off to work. So my friend actually let me borrow her copy of The Teacher by Frida McFadden. She knows that I'm going to be reading The Housemaid and she is a big fan of it, so she's let me borrow this because she said it's very good. It's very weird apparently, but very good. So I'm hoping to be able to pick this up sometime soon. I then have a couple of packages, so we're just gonna quickly whiz through them. Oh, okay, this is literally just a battery pack for my camera, so nothing exciting here. These two should be book mail. Okay, so we have ASAP by Axie O. This has literally just come out. Ooh. Love that. I've wanted to read an Axie O book for quite a while, but I've just never got around to it. I can't remember her first book, but people like raved about it and was like incredible, but I never got around to it. The hardback is at work and I've been umming and ahhing for a while about whether to pick it up or not, and I don't need to now because I just have this gorgeous proof. So thank you very much to Harpertine for sending this to me. This is definitely going up on my wall because it is stunning. But yeah, like, thrilled for this. And then the last package I got. Okay, so we have Fangirl by Tessa Bailey. It also came with a cute little bookmark. Now I don't actually think I've read a Tessa Bailey book. I'm not actually too sure, but from what I know this is a golf romance, so it's very different to the normal sports romance, so I'm excited to see what it's all about and whether it is worth the hype. It looks like they're quite short chapters, so I could hopefully speed through this, but yes, I'm obviously trying to get out of just reading fantasy, so I now have 2 romance books as well as a thriller to kind of dip my feet into, so I'm very excited about all of these. Sorry this has been so rushed. I do need to just literally get ready and go to work now, so I will update you later with some more reading updates. Now home and kind of ready to just chill out for the evening. I didn't read much on my lunch break. I am up to page 103, which is chapter 18. Not much has really happened, so I don't really have much to really update you on. The story is really good. We're still learning more about Jay and I suppose his involvement in the Empire, but I'm hoping to get a bit more into this tonight. Like I said, I am only 100 pages in and I would like to get to the 200 page mark, but we'll just see. But I did buy some books while I was at work today, and I've also had a parcel turn up for me, so again I will just quickly show you what I've got. So I've had a blue PR package from Scholastic turn up, so I feel like I remember what I've asked for, but I can't remember either. So it looks like they have sent me Running Away for Beginners by Mark Illis. So it says, Jasper's life changes drastically when he is diagnosed with cancer. His parents want him to carry on as normal, but that's ridiculous and also impossible. So what better way to avoid it than by running away with his friends? As secrets unravel, the group grows closer, but there's one secret Jasper can't reveal. When the return journey begins, he won't be going back with them. So this sounds very interesting. I believe this is his debut novel. It also came with a very large postcard as well, some information about the book, and then a letter from the author as well. Thank you very much to Scholastic for sending this to me. It is a book that I'm hoping again to get around sometime soon. I say that for every book, but it sounds very interesting. It does seem like quite a short read as well. It's just under 300 pages, so I'm excited to give it a go. And it's not something that I would normally opt for, but again, we're trying to get out of our comfort zone, so we shall just see. I also got a proof while I was at work, and this is David Nicholls' new book, You Are Here. All booksellers at Waterstones got gifted this book because it's going to be a focus title for us, and obviously his book One Day has been out for a while, but it's obviously picking up a lot more momentum because of the film. Now, I read One Day years ago and I did really enjoy it, so I'm looking forward to seeing how his writing style has changed over the years. This is, from what I know, quite a nice romance, very similar to One Day. This is definitely one I do need to pick up soon. Like I said, it is going to be a focus title at Waterstones, so I kind of need to know what I'm selling. This comes out in April this year, so it does come out sometime soon. So I might try and sneak this in my March TBR potentially. We shall see. And now onto the books that I bought myself. So I picked up Empire of the Damned. If you saw earlier, I did order Empire of the Vampire, and that turned up earlier in the week, so I just decided to pick this up to add this to my collection, so I can then hopefully get around to it when I get around to reading Empire of the Vampire. It is just the standard edition. We didn't get like the sprayed edge one in or anything like that, but it does have foiling under the dust jacket, which is the same as the other one that I got, so I'm kind of glad that they at least match. So I will add this to that shelf. And then two books I've kind of been eyeing up for a while, and I was looking on Waterstones last night and saw that you can't order these in. It's very much like a click and collect if a shop nearby has it, and I've wanted to read them for a while, and I thought, well, we have the special editions in, so I might as well pick them up. And that is June. So we have the first one, which is just called June, and then the second one, which is June the Messiah. So from what I know, they've only done special editions of the first and the second one. I haven't seen anything for the others, and again, this is getting quite popular because of the film. Like I said, I've wanted to pick these up for a while, but I do prefer a hardback, and because these are sprayed edges, I just thought they would look really nice on my shelf like this, and then I can look at getting the other sprayed editions ones if they do them when they come out. But we've had these in the shop for ages and no one's picked them up, and I've been eyeing them for a couple months, and I just thought, well, fuck it, why not? I like a special edition book, so I just thought I would treat myself today, and I'm very, very glad. I'm definitely going to have them spine out like this, I think, just to show the designs. Need to have a rejig of some shelves to find a good place to put these, but it was very, very much an impulse buy, but I'm okay with that. So I now have these two to add to my collection as well. So that's all the book mail and book updates I have for you. I'm going to finish off my cup of tea, sit and read for a little bit before I have some dinner, and then, yeah, like I said, I'm hoping to read a good 100 pages tonight. I do have work tomorrow, so I don't want to stay up too late reading, but I do want to get a bit more into the story because, like I said, I read a couple chapters on my lunch and not much really happened to be able to update you guys, and I've seen so many good reviews about this book, and it's a book about dragons, and we've met some of the dragons and they are pretty cool, but you know, just like I need a bit more dragons. So that is the plans for tonight. I will speak to you when I have some more updates, but I'm sure I will have plenty of b-roll for you to just watch through, so I will speak to you later. Okay, so I have done a little bit more reading of Dragon Rider. I'm not too sure where my book actually is. I've left it somewhere, but I've read a couple more chapters and it's getting really interesting now. So who the princess was supposed to marry, his name is Prince Titus, and by the sounds of it, he is a bit of a dick, and he's made it pretty clear that he doesn't want a peaceful future. He doesn't want them to like be one and combine forces and just kind of live happily ever after. He wants a war. He wants a fight, and Jay has kind of figured this out, and Titus kind of knows that Jay knows, so Jay's life is hanging in the balance really, and he's wanting to just escape from this life. He just wants to move on. So he tries to flee the palace and things kind of get bloody. I don't know what's going to happen next. I assume he's going to escape because we are only like 120 pages in of like a 600-page book. So he is obviously going to escape somehow, but who knows how. I'm really getting into it. It's definitely picking up the pace a little bit more, and I kind of get the feeling that the dragons are going to be more involved now that Jay is kind of on the run, because he's been kind of getting the help from the princess, who obviously is soulbound to one of the dragons. So he's gotten in quite cozy with her a little bit. So I think whether that's going to make it easier for him to get cozy with the dragons or something, I'm not too sure. I'm excited to see where this goes. The chapters are very short as well, which is really good but then really bad, because I do kind of have a habit of like picking up my phone at the end of a chapter just to scroll through TikTok or something like that, and then I end up sitting on there for hours. So short chapters are good, but they are also really bad for me. But again, I'm really enjoying the story. It started to pick up more, so like I said, I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm hoping to read a little bit more before going to bed, but I do have some jobs that I need to do. But I just thought I'd quickly update you with where I'm at the moment. I have not made it to the 200-page mark. Like I said, I've read about 20-30 pages, so not much has really happened, but enough for me to update you at least. So hopefully I will have more updates tomorrow. So yes, I have just made a cup of tea. I'm going to take that and do some bit of work, and I will probably speak to you tomorrow. As long of a lunch today than I normally do because it's a Sunday, so we have shorter hours, so I didn't read for as long, but I am up to page 165, which is chapter 30, and shit has hit the fan. So they were doing a like dress rehearsal for a wedding that was going to happen, and Titus basically killed everyone. He has captured the princess, he's killed her family, was slaughtering dragons, and it's just gone fucking bonkers basically, and it's just getting so good, and I just didn't have any more time to sit and read, so I plan to read a little bit more tonight hopefully. But we're really kind of getting into it now, which is just, you know, exactly what I needed. We are, like I said, 165 pages into it, so I didn't read any more last night. I ended up just going to bed. I was tired, and I am a bit tired today, but I do want to try and make it to the 200-page mark. I am really enjoying this, so there's that. I don't have any book mail today. Obviously it's a Sunday, so we had no parcels. I didn't buy any books, so it is a bookless day, and my bank account is probably thanking me for that. But just started cooking some dinner, probably going to stick a film on and just have a bit of a chilled afternoon. I want to put some pajamas on. My boyfriend's just made me a cup of tea, so I think I'm going to sign off the vlog here, and if I do read any more it will be up in next week's vlog, and I will talk about that with you on Monday. But if you have made it to the end of this, thank you so much. It really means the world to me that you are watching this and you are interacting and liking and subscribing and commenting. It honestly means the world to me. So thank you so much for watching this video and being a part of my reading vlog, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.